everybody, my name is Starrapter. Welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing, spoiler free of course, Iron Fist Season 2 on Netflix. Yeah, this first season was not that good, I'll be honest with you. My review had a lot of problems with it, but somehow they managed to right all those wrongs in Season 2. Let's see, you didn't like Danny Rand as a character. You're gonna like him in this season of Iron Fist. You didn't think the fight choreography was that great in Season 1. You're going to love it in Season 2. You thought that there wasn't enough flashbacks to Kunlun with his training with Davos. You're going to like that stuff in here. So let's just get right into the plot. So this takes place after the events of the Defenders as well as after the events of Luke Cage Season 2. So we have a Danny Rand who has defeated the Hand. There is none of them left. We also have Daredevil with his dying breath in the Defenders saying for Danny Rand to protect the sea when he is gone. So you have Danny Rand. What does he do? What does the character do when his mission is complete? As the Iron Fist, he is the weapon against the Hand. And if the Hand are defeated, what is he going to do to occupy his time? So he's a little bit frustrated. He's going out at night, beating up doors to get his frustration out. And he's trying to deal with the Triad. And that is the main conflict in this season, is we have the Triad of Chinatown. You have these warring factions who are bringing these innocent bystanders into violence and causing a lot of havoc. Not only that, but you do have his friend Davos, which we've seen in the first season, one of his buddies from Kunlun, who is now kind of stirring things up himself. So we have a couple different things going on, and of course we have a couple new characters introduced to this as well, which are causing havoc. So let's get right into the things that I liked about this season. First off, you're going to notice that there's only 10 episodes. And I've always been harking in my reviews for these Netflix series that they do seem a little bit longer than they need to be. It does seem like there's a lot of filler. It does seem like there is a lot of stuff that's kind of spinning its wheels in the middle part of these seasons. And I could say with this season, every single episode had huge ramifications, had potential for impacting the rest of the season, and just kind of kept the momentum going. It's worth noting that I actually finished the season in 2 days. It didn't take me long to get through, not because it was just a shorter season, because I was hooked, and part of that is due to the fight choreography. From the moment this season starts with episode 1, it goes off with a bang, and there's this awesome action sequences, and they say, you know what, you want better fight choreography because this is Kung Fu, then here you go. And if you complain that there wasn't enough use of the actual Iron Fist of Danny Rand, then wow, you're in for a treat with this one, because there's so much use of the Iron Fist. We can finally see like what its full potential is in combat situations on a pretty frequent basis. So that to me was pretty awesome. I did like how the stakes were, raised in this season. We have a lot of storylines coming together, like I was saying about the Hand being defeated, with Danny Rand having to deal with more or less being, with himself, as far as not trying to take the money from his parents' company, you know what I mean? So he is starting with these very low-paying physical labor type jobs. Like his job is to move furniture because he's trying to gain respect of the people out there in the world, working hard for a living. So he's trying to get on their level from a spiritual kind of point of view. So I did enjoy that, and a lot of these other conflicts with these other characters. And speaking of characters, I did a really good job with all the characters and really developing them more and just going over their motivations. Why are they important to the story? First off, I talked about Danny Rand, so I'm not going to talk any more about him, but we do have Colleen Wing, which is at this point his romantic interest, Danny Rand's romantic interest, and she has basically closed down her dojo and she's converted it into her living quarters with her and Danny. She's also trying to explore more of her backstory, because we know she was part of the Hand, but she's going over some of her family lineage. She's helping out the local community center, so she is going through quite a bit of change herself. Another big character we have is the character of Ward. So Ward, he was pretty much like the anti-hero, almost like the villain of season 1, really. The kind of surrogate brother of Danny Rand, and he is going through a lot of change in this because he is in NA. I guess that's like Narcotics Anonymous, because the first season he had some serious problems, and we see him kind of developing throughout this season, trying to get better. He's going to these meetings, he's meeting this other female character, and he is becoming a lot more likable in this season, which I would have never thought from the first season because he was such a jerk. You also have his sister, Joy, who is pretty much trying to position herself away from Danny and Ward because she feel like she's been wronged by what happened with them two keeping her father's whereabouts a secret this whole time. She was knowing that they were dead. She was dead, so she's got a little bit of resentment, and she's playing into that as well. We also have the character of Davos, and we find out why he is such a bad dude in this season. And it do, to me, make it believable that he has all this hidden rage that he's been storing and penting up and jealousy towards Danny Rand for having the Iron Fist when he really had the birthright to it. And you had this kid that just flew in from an airplane, crashed, and goes into Kunlun and trains his butt off and, you know, deserves to get it. So this guy thinks he deserves to get it only because of his lineage, not because he beat him in one-on-one combat. And we also have this brand new character named Mary. And to me, she is just a very interesting villain because without spoiling anything, she has a very interesting personality. And it's not anything we've seen in the MCU, so it's great that they're still bringing in these characters that are very original, very unique, that really just keep my interest all the way through. Something I did like about this season is, yes, they finally give us some flashbacks, not just asides where we're talking about the past. They actually show us what the training grounds were kind of for Kunlun and why it was such a pivotal part in Danny Rand's history. Not only Danny Rand, but his brother-in-arms, Davos. And it just goes over to see, like, okay, how was it like their training? I did like that a lot. And the unexpected places this season goes. At the end of this season, I was very, very happy to be pleasantly surprised the way I was by the end of the season. So moving over to the negatives, it's going to be really hard to talk about these because they are dealing with specific things that happen in this season. So I will just say some things seem a little bit too miraculous, too convenient for my own good. Just things happening to have certain characters get back into the fight, so to speak. Another thing that I thought was a little bit off was some character arcs didn't feel like they exactly fit in with the story of Danny Rand. Yes, it was a smaller type story. Certain characters felt like, yeah, they could have probably, you know, did something else with them to pertain more to Danny Rand's plot as a whole. So overall, I was super impressed by Iron Fist Season 2. If you guys were burned by Season 1, I would say give this one a shot. Like I said, it's a little bit more brief, so you don't have to really slug through anything, because I thought it moves really good. The pacing is really good. Like I said at the top of this video, all the wrongs I had with Season 1 were righted with this season. This is how you redeem a television series, is you, I don't know if they heard the feedback from the fans or if this was already in the can by the time that one comes out, because we know TV production is so far ahead, just like movies. But they did a dang good job, and I really can't wait to see the future, because like I said, that last episode really sets up events to really make you question what the heck is going to happen next. So, what did you guys think of this review? Let me know in that comment section below. If you like Marvel, if you like TV and movies, you're already in the right place, because I do reviews occasionally on all of those things, but I also talk about Star Wars and miniature games. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, make sure you subscribe to the channel. That way you'll never miss another video. My name is Starrapter. Thank you so much for watching, and bye-bye. Thanks for checking out the video. Please hit that thumbs up symbol. It helps me know that I'm making content that you guys enjoy. And if you enjoyed this video, I also included 2 videos down below you guys should check out. And please consider subscribing to this channel. It helps support me, and it notifies you guys of when I get new videos up on the channel. You can also contact me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Starrapter.